Yes. MaRa, MaRa. MaRa is your first time that you will come in Greece, eh?
Yes, my very first time. I've never been to Greece.
I think all Greece is shaking.
With joy, with the joy. Yes, no, no.
Yes. From the first time I met you, I thought you are Greek.
I know it's because my mom was from Lebanon and her father was Brazilian. So I think the Mediterranean vibes are like really
Yes, this is
great.
the root. Yes.
I know Greece is beautiful and I know all you beautiful people. So I'm really excited and really looking forward to this.
Yes, me too. Me too. A lot of people all over the world, I realize that they want to participate in this special workshop. That it's not just a workshop; it's an education,
Yes.
and you call it Gauri Gatha. Do you want to say what this means?
So Gauri Gatha literally translated means Song of the Divine Mother.
So
That's
nice.
I know it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. I think Agni gave me the name. I don't even remember because it's been such a long time.
How many years you give that?
I think since 1997 or 1998.
So many years. That's why all the teachers I meet, I know that this
Gauri
technique.
Gauri Gatha because it's a constellation work. So there's a very famous German guy, Bernd Hellinger, who who invented, I think, constellation work. And it's like something I took during my studies when I was still in college. And I thought it was really fascinating. And
Mhm.
actually, Data was the one that had trained as a constellation worker. So we worked together. We did constellations together. And at some point, I realized how restrictive it is if we always only come back to a certain constellation. It was never individualized. It's like if you did constellation work like that, it had to come, the outcome had to be like in a very specific way. So it didn't matter who you were working with. And as an ACC, working with the 8 chakra, it was very clear, okay, there's more to this than I've been learning. So I started playing around with it a little bit. And actually, what I did is I created the constellation work that is based on natural law, basically. Okay, the 8 chakra, which represents natural law. So it's very individualized because even though we learn techniques on how to do this, still every constellation is individualized because we all are very different people and our past is very different from each other. And to release the past in order to create a harmonized present, that is basically what we strive to do with Gauri Gatha. And it's, you might have to release a lot of past, even in past lives, because a lot of the things we experience today don't have anything to do with what we've experienced in this life. They're actually much older. And having access to this information and allowing us to release those original pains and traumas, always pertaining to relationships, is what makes Gauri Gatha such a unique experience. And it really is, like you said, it's such a release on so many levels. And each constellation is so different from the next one because it's all catered perfectly to the person you're doing this for.
I have a lot of questions.
Okay.
So, as a client, I also had received constellation from students of Hellinger without a chakra. And I realized that sometimes we are more dramatic and we leave this drama thing during this process. And sometimes drama is so big that we have to stop. And we cannot go deep because of this drama. And Greeks are very dramatic. We know this. It's famous. And this it was the thing that I liked more in Gauri Gatha, that of course you respect the every point that you meet, but it's a very easiest way to heal every step and go to the core of the problem. Let's say this is my feeling and what I saw till now. The question that I would like, please, to ask, that I know the answer, but I want from you the answer, that you are the big teacher for this, is what is the natural law?
What is natural law? Okay. Natural law is basically our life path for each and every one of us. Natural law is what we seek out to fulfill ourselves in life. It's, the decisions we made before we incarnated, the path we laid out for ourselves, the experiences we wanted to make, and that is natural law. It's like basically following what we decided for ourselves we want to learn in one lifetime.
So 8 chakra represents the natural law. So Gauri Gatha works through 8 chakra. Yes. This is the big difference of this education.
Yes.
And you will initiate the people that they will come, but they need the Pantheon to light first.
Yes.
Okay, this is very clear.
Yeah, it's really important because, when we first started, it was very clear you had to be an ACC. And at some point, I talked to Agni about it, and we said, okay, if you at least have Path into Light, so you know a little about energy and how energy works and how energy feels and things like that, then I can, you receive a special initiation in order to be able to access natural law for Gauri Gatha.
MaRa, from your experience, who could use this knowledge? Let's say it's only for healers, or a new parent could take this knowledge for a reason, or a doctor, or I don't know.
I think it's really for everyone, because the way I see, live, have experienced Gauri Gatha, it's like all of our lives are about relationships, no matter who you are and what you do. And they are all about constellations and structures. We all have them. And I believe it's really awesome to know how they actually work and function and what you can do to harmonize them, because sometimes our relationships are our biggest obstacles in our lives. And especially those relationships that we cannot resolve because we don't know how to access them. So for me, it doesn't matter who you are, what you do. I think just for the benefit of yourself, it is awesome.
Yes, I agree. I wanted to hear. When I ask people, do you have a question? They said, no, we know that we want to participate. We don't have questions. Yes, but please give me some questions, because I don't have what to ask MaRa.
I understand. But it's like, I know a lot of people have been asking and waiting. So for a lot of people, it's just like, yeah, finally, we can come and do it. And again, as I said, because so many people use Gauri Gatha on a daily level or to help others, it's very popular. Like, it's very low level popular. It's not like flashy or, oh, this is the best thing to do, or, this is so fancy. No, it's not. It's very basic, and it really deals with the basic human emotions and the basic human interactions on any level that you choose. And I think that's what makes it so awesome, because you don't have to be anyone special to do this, and you just, it's like, everyone is eligible, everyone can take part, and it's something for everyone. So again, for me, it's like one of the greatest tools we have, because it's once you've learned it, it stays with you for the rest of your life, and you use it for the rest of your life. And even if you only use it for yourself, and it's a very fast learning curve, and it's very intense, because you have to go through all your constellations and release them in order to just gain that experience. And at the same time, to me, it's always like the surprises that come, like the emotions that you didn't even realize you had. And, you talked about drama before. Greeks are dramatic. But when Gauri Gatha originally started, it was a very dramatic also. Oh, my Lord.
I know.
It was like, it's like the drama, like everything was drama, and I'm okay, I'm fine, I don't mind anything, but it was like such a relief, a relaxing feeling when we didn't need all that drama anymore, because even though there's still all these emotions, they don't need to be dramatic at all. You can recognize and realize them, and acknowledge them, and then let them go. You don't have to become like half dead in order to, to release something, and to allow it to become something different. And at the same time, it's very entertaining. Gauri Gatha is a very entertaining way to work. Like when you work with people, like when I have people that I do constellations with, and I actually have people to support me, it's so fun, because it's like this, these people expressing what they feel on the places that they stand on. And it's like, sometimes it's just only funny. Sometimes, of course, it's sad, but it's so entertaining, because it's like, for people also who don't really realize how intensely this works, is when they take a place of someone they don't even know, and all of a sudden start expressing emotions or facial expressions or words, and the other person looks at them and like, how did you know? This is exactly how my dad reacts. I don't know, but I'm standing in his place, and it's like, this is just, all of a sudden, this is just me. So for me also, that it's fun, it's entertaining, it's an awesome way to work, but also it has this easiness and this lightness and this lightheartedness of really like fun and play and games, while you're still releasing or solving something really deep and maybe even, traumatic for someone on this level. And it's like, that's why I love working with groups, because it's so entertaining. It's so fun.
Yes, yes, this is real. If because it's magic, let's say, and I don't know if you can describe it like this. Gauri Gatha is the quantum field of constellation. It's like you combine this systemic work with light.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's really, for me, that was one of the core points with Gauri Gatha, was really resolving issues where they originated. Because with constellation work, that never worked. When I did my family constellations and stuff in the beginning, and then the lineup had to be in a certain way, and it never really felt like it solved anything. It's just like, okay, yeah, I can now see everyone, and I can acknowledge everyone, but it's not solving, really, it's not solving deep down what I feel.
Yes.
And by going back to the origin and saying, okay, this is where this started, and let's release it here. That way, you don't have to carry it over again and again and again into your lives, was like the biggest aha actually I had. Like, wow, this is possible. And it felt so different because it, for me, myself, it allowed myself to just throw people out of my family constellation, which is not something you do, like, or you did anyway in Hellinger work. But it was so clear, no, they don't really belong here. Yes, like physically, they belong to my ancestral line, but they really don't belong in my family
They
constellation.
represent something else.
Yes, exactly. So it was so relaxing. It was so freeing. I'm like, oh, okay, this feels the way it's supposed to feel. And that allows me to live the relationships with, with those people, especially like for me, in case with my family, just on a very relaxed and free level that wasn't there before, because that responsibility I felt at all times, I could just let go of. Best thing ever to
Yes,
me.
big for everyone. Yes.
Yes, definitely, and we have, I mean, and also like one thing I always tell people when they ask me is like, don't you want to solve those issues so your kids do not have to relive them? Because, like everybody that does any kind of constellation work knows it carries over from generation to generation to generation. And for me, even before I had Shiva, I was like, I don't, if I can solve this for my family, constellation, that means I can also, it's also a first step of healing for all my nephews and nieces. And of course, when my daughter came along, it was clear to me, one of the main reasons I would do this would be because I don't want her to have to relive my family constellation problems at all. Why would I want that for her? I don't. So I make sure I release everything that could play into her life, because she has enough to deal with for herself, and she has enough to deal with her constellations in interactions. She didn't need mine or her father's, not at all.
And of
So,
course, for yourself.
and always for myself, always for
To don't live again and again the same thing and the same attracting the same people and the same.
So true. Yes, of course. I mean, that's how I start out. I take care of myself first. Yeah, because I realize, okay, I'm doing the same thing over and over and over again. And it's like, why can I not stop? And it's because, yeah, you need to release it where it originated, because it will talk to you incessantly until you say, okay, I've heard you, I've seen you, goodbye. Thank you for teaching me. And now I've learned my lesson. And, I watch people, of course, mostly, people that are close to me or family, that just do that. And instead of saying, okay, let's release that, they're like, no, I'm good. I learned my lesson. I'm like, no, that's
I like
fine.
this. I will stay with this.
Exactly. It's like, but I'm used to this. And I'm like, but wouldn't you want it to be different? Yeah, I would. Yeah, but you have to do something for it. No, I don't want to do
No. No, I will let it in God's hands. This is the answer usually.
Yes, exactly. And for me, it's like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to repeat the same thing over and over and over again. I want to be rid of it. I want to have learned my lesson and know, what I can do differently or live differently, because that is what I think we long for. It's like, no, I don't want to live like bad relationships over and over and over again. I don't like, I was talking to a friend just a couple of days ago, and her sister just broke up with another boyfriend, and I said, why do you think that is? And she said, yeah, because she's so afraid of being lonely that she would rather stay in a bad relationship than have none at all. And I'm like, maybe she should do Gauri Gatha, because boy, that sounds so sad. And so, why do I not feel worthy of living well with myself not needing anyone else. She said, yeah, but I said, okay, I mean, I know her sister not that well, but I said, you should suggest that to her because really that feels sad. That feels so sad. And, inappropriate or not unhealthy relationships. Who wants that? I mean, I know there are people that want that, but no. I think, I guess, because otherwise they wouldn't exist. But it's like, if you can get out of this, get out of it.
Some people can use Gauri Gatha to see what's happening in if they are ill.
Mhm.
If they have an economic problem, let's say.
Yeah,
What else? If they have some problems with their work or with some people, or mm, sometimes they are stuck in a situation with their city, let's say, or they cannot find another house, or there are all the topics of our lives.
yes,
I don't think that there is one topic that we cannot do Gauri Gatha to say and solve this.
I agree. You can use it for everything and anything.
Yes.
Totally. We use it for timelines. Okay, it's like um, you want to move somewhere, or you need to move somewhere, so you can look at the timeline. When is the best time to make a decision on which place or which house you're moving to, or when is the best time to order the moving van and things like that. You can compare timelines to each other. It's like, if this is one timeline, this is the other timeline. Look at what happens if you follow this timeline, and look at what happens if you follow that timeline. So it's there's nothing you cannot use it for. Like, yeah, as you said, when you're ill, like, what should your treatment be, for instance?
Who
Lay
will
it down.
treat you or who?
Who will treat you? Absolutely. Who will treat you? How should your treatment be? And so on. So, and you can use it, like, people have told me they've used it to decide which color car to buy, or, yeah, it's like, it sounds so basic, but that's what it is. It's like, sometimes you can make a decision for whatever reason, doesn't really matter why you cannot make it. But this then just, it's like, why do you want to waste time? Just say, okay, is it the blue one or the red one?
Or who will work for your business, or
Yes, exactly.
which product you will put in your work to sell, let's say.
Absolutely.
I missed the word. So I have a question from Facebook. She said, I noticed that pieces of paper are used instead of people or emotions. Can this also be solved with this way? She means.
Absolutely. Doesn't matter. It's like, we're as human beings, like, all our entire system is made up of structures. Our relationships, our emotions, everything is somehow connected. And whatever is connected with each other, we can lay out. So either you use people, which is very typical for the original way, also with Hellinger, or like the way we've developed it. We use Post-its, or we use little
Playmobil.
puppets, Playmobiles, whatever. I've done Gauri Gatha in restaurants because, it's like, okay, let's do this. And we've used, like, a cup and a plate and a fork. So there are no boundaries, really. That's what I think is really the important part, is don't ever think about boundaries. Just, you just do it. Okay. You have to do it, just do it.
Yes, I love this.
Yes.
Sometimes this diagnostic tool is the healing the same time.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. And still today, like, after what, almost 30 years, it's like we use it in our everyday life, like Kanzan and I, to solve issues and to make decisions, which makes it easier because it's like when you try to solve problems or you make decisions, your mind gets in the way so quickly. So having like a tool like this, which you can do like anywhere in a moment, is like, my mind stays out of it, but the way I say it, like my entire being decides, okay, this is the right path or this is the right decision. And then I just follow that. And it's like, even with our daughter who's 20 now, and who's not like, oh yeah, like, yay, spirituality and everything. She's not. She's a 20-year-old. She's busy with her own life, but she will come back to us and say, okay, this is something I cannot solve. Can we do Gauri Gatha to help me solve
This
that?
is perfect for the path, for any path, even to go for holidays.
Yep. Exactly.
Holidays is the funniest, I can say, but also with who I will collaborate to my business, in which topic I will focus in today or in this month or this year. It's amazing.
Yes, it is. And it's really, to me, it's even now, I still get surprises sometimes. I'm like, I never thought of it that way. So Gauri Gatha consistently teaches me. And I like that because if you're in ACC, you will understand because it plays into like the way feng shui works. It's basically the same concept. You always have to find the right starting point, and from there, the energies will fall in place with a little support from you. And that's basically what we do with Gauri Gatha, just on an emotional, human level. And to me, one of the best things, and I just talked to one of my trainees, and she's been doing Gauri Gatha for a year now, I think. And for me, maybe two principles, because one is Gauri Gatha forces me to focus. It's like taking all the information and really focusing on the main point. So it's a great sorting tool. Everything that does not matter or that does not support right now can just stay away, but you have this ability to recognize and see, okay, this is the most important point. Let's start right here. And on the other hand, and that was really because she just told me like 2 days ago, she told me, and I remembered that many of my clients like years ago would tell me that exactly same thing. Gauri Gatha taught her how to be a good leader, how to be brilliant in leadership, because she said this was really what helped me step out of my comfort zone and into this natural role as a leader without any fear or any doubt. And a lot of people have been telling me that over the years, it has really allowed them to feel, see, understand what leadership is about and how they can be a good leader. So I think those 2 points are like, why would you not want this?
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
And maybe I don't remember if we said that, but someone can also work with himself, with someone else, but also in a group.
Absolutely.
And this is a very big freedom and way to work through internet, by person, here, there, everywhere.
Here, there, everywhere. However you choose to work, in whichever way. Just the session I had before, I did Gauri Gatha, I did heritage lineage. So it's like, you have ancestral lines, female and male ancestral lines. And I just did a session on male ancestral line, and I just did it online. And it's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. There are no restrictions. The way Gauri Gatha works, really it plays into your personality as well and helps you really get rid of everything that holds you back from really fully living your potential. So to me, it's like really amazing every group I have to see how, again, how much they evolve into natural leaders and lose their fear of just leading one person to a whole group. Even though sometimes with a group leadership takes quite some practice, unless you're practiced in that way anyway, because there are many people with many emotions and many energies. But I still believe it's so rewarding and so easy. And it's like really a tool you can use in any job. Really, any job you do. You know, when I was still working as a social worker, I would integrate Gauri Gatha into, the sessions I had with my colleagues. Why not? It's like when I still had a store, we would like the people that worked for us. We did Gauri Gatha with them. So it's like, there's no boundaries to this, which, yeah, it's the best, really.
So nice.
I know.
Here in the place that you will come, we have a lot of story and history with Germans and Turkish people and, Ottomans and
Yep.
also Arabs and Venetians. And this is a place, it's like a bridge. The island Crete is like a big, how to say, a big crystal of energy that everyone wants it. We are very open to invite people from Germany and all over the world to this special place with this history that we will do this releasing practice, let's say. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, you think that this work will help also the country or this city or this place?
Of course. Always. I mean, that's part of what we do. I don't even know if it's in Gauri Gatha 1 or 2, but anyway, you can do Gauri Gatha anyway, also for cities and countries and landscapes and whatever. So just by going to a place and starting to work on release, like, of course, everything around us will also take part in this release of, let's say, unharmonious relationships. So I'm sure we will do a lot of healing between, Crete and Greece and all of the other countries of the world that choose to be there. And I also believe that it's really important that when you know how to do Gauri Gatha, to really work with places and countries and, your cities and your fellow citizens, because every country, every nation has their own restrictions and problems, and it's really helpful if we, not only do feng shui but also do Gauri Gatha to release as much as possible, at least on the energy level.
Yes, I agree. Yes, very nice. I'm in love.
Me too.
So, MaRa, I'm very happy that we will do this. I'm very happy that we will do this here in Hania. And I'm happy also that you will come with Kansan.
Yes. Me too.
Yes, to enjoy together. And we are open and we want to welcome people from all over the earth, I can say, yes, to participate.
Yes,
of course, to say that till now we decide to do it in German, in English, and in Greek. But I think we are still open for something more.
Sure. Asian. If somebody from Asia wants to come and they need translation, they just have to let us know. We will organize it.
Yes. Yes. MaRa, thank you very much. It was
You.
Very nice to see you and hear all these stories that I didn't know from you. And I always have a smile when I see you. So we will waiting for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate your time. Thank you.